I'm Holly Harrison with the Fintech Times, and we are here at Fintech Week London with Ollie from EKKO. Ollie, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's fantastic to have you here. Why don't you give us a bit of an introduction as to yourself and to EKKO as well?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Ollie, co-founder, CEO of EKKO. We're on a mission to empower people to make more sustainable choices every day. And we do that through payments specifically. So we're really focused on helping people make better, more sustainable purchasing decisions. We've built technology that powers any transaction in the world with sustainable outcomes, and then we deploy that to customers, businesses, merchants, brands. No matter who you are, we think you can make better choices every day, and you can use our technology to do that.
Fantastic, all sounds amazing. I guess you've already kind of answered it, but how are you guys unique compared to everything else that's on the market at the moment?
Yeah, good question. So we're unique because we have lots of kind of end propositions that we offer. We offer it to our consumers through an EKKO bank. We offer it to any bank in the world who can use our technology for their own customers. We offer it to merchants to empower people buying products on their websites, and we offer it to businesses to give to their employees. Our uniqueness is that we don't really care how we get to the end person. It's about just empowering that end customer. And it's not just through things like carbon tracking, it's actually more, so what can I do with that information? So it's helping you reduce your carbon footprint, offsetting the residual, bird conservation, rhino conservation, etc. Lots of interesting things that empower you to make impact through what you buy and how you interact.
Yeah, fantastic. And I know one of your big things is embedded sustainability. I'd love to know a bit more about what exactly that is.
Yeah, embedded sustainability. So we want to get into every transaction or every interaction that happens around a purchase. And we call it embedded sustainability because you can plug us into anything, anywhere. So whether you are buying a water bottle online, we can plug our API in pre-purchase, in the purchase or post-purchase to enable a customer to make an impact on their interaction on their purchase. And we want to embed that into every transaction interaction that comes with the retail payment around the world. Because we believe that just through integrating that into a seamless customer experience, consumers will start to understand their impact and make better choices. And actually, we've just done some research, and people using our technology, now 70% of them make sustainable choices every single day on the back of being empowered with that information. So it's working. We've got proof to see it's working, which is super exciting, and there's more to do. There's always more to do, but that's a good start.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I guess, why is it important to have sustainability at the center of fintech? What's the motive behind that?
Yeah, so I often get asked, why sustainability, why fintech? And I think if you did the Venn diagram of those two things, you wouldn't necessarily think they come together. But actually, I fundamentally think they are significantly overlapped. And the reason I'm so obsessed with it is that when you think about payments, it is the moment of truth about what I've done. It's not an opinion of myself, it's factual. I got here using the tube and a bus. That's true. I bought lunch, it's true. It's not an opinion of me, it's factual data. Second part is I get to make a choice. So when I buy something, I get to choose if I buy it from merchant A or B, or if I buy vegan or non-vegan. I get to make a decision when I make that purchase. And the third reason is that I'm doing it 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day. So it's factual evidence where I've got a choice that's happening all day, every day. So it's kind of the right place. And actually, us in the fintech financial services world are pretty much the only people who have access to that data. And therefore, we can use that to empower really positive outcomes. I always think about people like Monzo and Starling, Revolut, etc., who have helped people become better managing their money because we've got all the data and they've empowered it with brilliant user experiences. Well, now we can do the same with sustainability. I've got all the data. I can use that to empower you to make more sustainable choices. And that, to me, is really exciting.
Yeah, and how transformative can the industry be when we start thinking about sustainability and climate change and things like that?
Incredibly, is my answer to that. Incredibly. And it's really important. I feel like, carrying on the example of Monzo, Starling, Revolut, etc., when they launched, I was in the big banks, EKKOs, etc., having the conversation, and we were always talking about digital apps, and it's niche, it'll never work, we won't invest too much money in it. Then they start to grow, Monzo's, etc., grow, and then all the big banks have kind of upped their game, and their apps are brilliant now, because they've had to. If the same applies to fintech and sustainability, then that'd be a brilliant outcome. So we are building things for startup banks, fintechs, and banks, etc. And as the tide grows, that's a bad pun, but as the tide goes up in terms of the quality of the output and the sustainability in payments, all these other big financial institutions will have to up their game. And that's incredibly exciting because they're the ones who have hundreds of millions of people, hundreds of millions of consumers. We need to help them up their game, and actually the fintech industry can do it again. We've done it before and we can do it again.
Amazing. And I guess, where does collaboration come into play? Is collaboration important when we think about sustainability within fintech?
I think so. I think incredibly so, but more so in sustainability than other areas. So I've spent years in financial services and fintechs, and we collaborate. But in this world, so I've been doing EKKO for 3 years now. Everyone is here to collaborate, partners, competitors. How can we fix this problem together? Because the end game's different. The end game for all of us is a sustainable world, and it impacts all of us individually. So it can never be me versus someone else. We have to get together to solve this problem. And it sounds a bit ideal to have that kind of framing. It's so true. Everyone wants to work together. Even here at the conference, I must have collaborated with 6 or 7 people thinking, oh, we can do something together. Let's try and help each other. We are competitors-ish in some forms, but really we can actually do something together to make something even better.
Yeah.
I have been in various industries and not seen anything like this in sustainability.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I guess thinking then more about EKKO specifically, I know you very recently announced the formation of your advisory board. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that and what you're hoping to do now you've got this board on board.
Advisory board, yeah. I'm going to keep adding to it, which is exciting. So I've always had a mindset that I don't have the right answers to everything. And actually I need the right people in the room smarter than me in their areas to help me figure out and solve problems. Back to the collaboration point, I need people to come in and have their impact and their input and then challenge me and the team. So we, over the last 3 years, have created an advisory board around us who are experts in their field, but not in our space. And then they can challenge us. We've got people who can advise us on press, people who can advise on technology, product, customer behavior, and a whole variety of areas. And they are there to challenge our thinking, make us think broader than we are, because fintech can sometimes be a bit insular because that's what we know and what we learn. But these people are challenging us in different ways. And I could not advocate an advisory board more because they have been brilliant for us. They've really pushed us. They've really made us think differently. They've got a great opinion of what we're doing, but equally see it from a whole different world and the outside in and really pushed us and driven us forward. And that advisory board will continue to grow for us because I see that as being key for us to grow in the future.
Yeah, fantastic. And then looking at the future, then what's next for EKKO? What have you got on your roadmap currently?
Lots and lots. So we're partnering with more and more brands to deploy technology. We're going live with a few really exciting brands later this year, which I'm super excited about. And we're working on better ways to help you make more sustainable choices. So we're working with universities, etc., to pick out behavioural nudges that will help you make better choices. Because we're all about empowering you, helping you make better choices, and then the so what from the residual amount. So there's a lot of work to do there. Like I said, 70% of the time people make more sustainable choices, which is great, but there's more to be done. And we're spending our time thinking about how can we empower people more, how can we nudge people in the right way, what can we test and learn in our different environments to really advance us forward.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to chat.
Excellent. Thank you for having me.